Hi, I'm Dr. M. Kamakshaya, open source software evangelist and also a full stack developer. Welcome back to my second video cast on how to install Hadoop 3.1.3. In my previous video, I've explained how to set up prerequisites in Ubuntu 18.04. By the way, I'm explaining how to install single node Hadoop cluster. This means we are just installing Hadoop in a single machine, and this machine is going to mimic like a cluster. And in my subsequent video I'm going to show you how to configure two node cluster. First let us deal with single node cluster. Once you understand as how to erect Hadoop in a single machine, then it becomes very easy and obvious for you to proceed ahead with other aspects of Hadoop. Okay, now I downloaded Hadoop and also extracted to a particular directory under user directory under root, and now we are going to set up. I also installed Java just like OpenJDK inside Ubuntu, and now I am going to show you how to install and configure. Installation of Hadoop is just nothing but extracting Hadoop archives into a particular directory, but that is not enough. We need to configure. We need to tell Hadoop where is Java, and we need to tell Ubuntu where is Hadoop, because we'll be executing Ubuntu functions. It's not a function actually, the statements in Linux terminal, and Linux must know where is Hadoop. And Hadoop, in order to execute Hadoop commands, Hadoop needs Java, and Hadoop should know where is Java. This is what is all about installing Hadoop. Now, in order to tell or communicate Linux machine where is Hadoop, we need to record the. This is what is the what are the few lines of code that we need to put inside a particular file called bash.rc. And where is this? This bash.rc is in the folder home. See, I'm in my home, right? And now if I use ls-a, now you'll get everything. All the you should be able to find a particular file called .bash.rc, something like this. Now we are going to copy all these. By the way, this is not going to be 2.85, and anyway I'll tell you how to do. Copy entire lines, because I don't remember all these lines. It is not possible for us to remember. I mean, if it all depends on experience. If you had worked quite a few times installing Hadoop, then remembering these lines is not a big thing. But I have quite a few other things to do, so I don't remember. Sudo, I'm going to use gedit .bash.rc. I pressed the tab button. Let me bash rc. I don't know why this is not bash or rc. Yeah. Oh. Find confused. Okay, it is confused, it seems. What is this? Connection fields cannot open display. Gedit. Okay, let me go. Okay, wait. Let me. There is a problem with my gedit, and it doesn't matter. It's not a big thing. Like you can have quite a few other ways to copy this code into the bash.rc. One of the text editors, which is very minimal version of sudo nano. You can just go sudo nano and then .bash.rc. Now you see you'll open. I have to go to the end, very end of the file. This is one way, or if you still want to open with, then you need to press, I think, paste. Yeah. Now what I do, your mouse will not. I make a comment. This is Hadoop configuration. This is how we comment lines in. Now we need to change this. I think we have not installed Hadoop here. We installed Hadoop in root user Hadoop, and then /. This is the place where Hadoop is there in my system, and Hadoop home is going to be this, Hadoop install is going to be this, Hadoop map radios, Hadoop home, Hadoop common home, Hadoop HDFS, everything is Hadoop home. Now common lib natives and paths Hadoop home has been, so everything is okay, fine. Now control save, which means write out, control O, yes, control X. Now you got source. Whenever you do changes to bash or C, you should be able to execute the file. This is actually a such file, source, so that everything is set. Now echo, let us test. I don't know, I'm just doing this. Yeah, it is coming automatically, right? Yes, exactly. So this is the way we need to set up bash RC. Now let us go to now Linux came to know where is Hadoop. And we have to tell Hadoop where is the Java. Now let us there is a file called hadoopenv.sh under etc Hadoop. We need to copy these files over there, okay, and then let me take you to that directory. cd, sorry, caps doesn't work here, user Hadoop, inside you should be having etc. You see you have Hadoop, cd Hadoop ls. Find out the file. Where is this? What is that file? Hadoopenv. Yes, this one, hadoopenv.sh. hadoopenv.sh. Now let us open the same file. Sudo nano hadoop env.sh. Yes. Now go to the last. No, you should be able to find Java home. Here it is. Okay. You're not got justify replace. Where is? So what do you need to do? Export Java underscore home, and here we need to put the Java. Now what I do, I'll just okay, I already saved that file somewhere. Yeah, here Java path. Should be able to pick up this path. This we did earlier, and now come here to the right click, paste. Yes, control save doesn't work here, and then Hadoop home also. I think we have found out Hadoop config directory. Yeah, this I didn't create, I guess. Hadoop config directory. Okay, let us also copy this. I think we don't need this. Okay, let's go ahead without that. Control O means save, control exit. Now cd, you'll come back to your, now your Hadoop should be able to work, because, and one thing I forgot to, okay, anyway, so Hadoop, yeah, it is working, right? Why? Because Linux picked up the Hadoop files from its directory. Now go for version. Java home does not exist. Okay, fine. Error, there is Java home echo, sorry. Oh, Java home is not there. Sudo, sorry, update, date alternatives display Java. Where is Java? Where is Java? I think this one is libjvm jdk gre bin Java. Yes, it is the same thing. Best link best version. Now config, let us config this. Oh, there is only one alternative. Okay, it's fine. So it is not going to. So Java, yeah, it is working. So it is not a matter at all. So where it went wrong? Let us restart. I don't know. Let me restart the machine, so that we also have to do a couple of things. That is not a we didn't do anything, we just started right now. Let me restart. We don't need to update Java because our system already knows Java, where the Java is. So I don't know why I need to check back Java version. It's working. There is nothing wrong with Java. Now Hadoop, Java home does not exist. Okay, now let's go to cd user Hadoop etc cd Hadoop, and then ls sudo nano Hadoop env sh. Let's try with export Java home. See here, shall I put I don't know, I am just trying to do this. Now let's do it here itself. Let's let me do it. Let me stop here. See, now yes, going on. So there was a problem in configure. I mean Hadoop. That is not the. We should not copy the entire. Now Hadoop entire path of the Java. Now Hadoop started working. So Hadoop our Linux machine recognized Hadoop in our inside the machine. Now you see it displays whenever I press Hadoop, it displays all the different ways of. These are all the commands that we need to use along with Hadoop. Okay. Now let me check Hadoop version. This is the first command which we need to. Yes, Hadoop 3.1.3. So our machine started recognizing Hadoop because we had configured appropriately. Now we are not going to do anything. We just set up Hadoop appropriately in our Linux machine. Now we need to, suppose if we want to work with MapReduce, then we need to configure for MapReduce file, the configuration file within the configuration directory inside the Hadoop directory. And if we want to work with yarn, then we need to configure for all those needs. I am going to show. Okay, let us do everything and finish the full single node cluster installation. Hadoop installation. Where is this? Single node. No. Let's go. This is another blog again. Oh, anyway, that just doesn't matter. Like, you know, whatever it is. Yeah. Now come back. Suppose you want to. There is a file called coresite.xml. These are the files which are there inside the etc Hadoop, and their coresite.xml is will take care of the local host kind of thing, like the default I mean, where do you like to keep your file system, something like that. We are going to make use of localhost because this is a single computer. It is not possible for us to, we don't have any private host, The only URL that we are going to use is hdfs colon dash dash localhost, and this is the 9000 is the default. I mean, this is actually the value for the property fs default name, the file system name. So this is the name of the file system in our. So what we do, we just have to from configure. This is a configuration. I mean code required to configure core site.xml, something like that. Now we are already here. Okay, we are already inside the etc. Now press ls. You should be able to find here this file is. Okay, now use nano sudo nano then core site.xml, and this is going to help us to. There is already configuration here. Press. I'm just going to right click, paste. Yes. Now let me delete this. This is 2 times is not a good thing. If you want, you can even embellish this code just like pressing tabs like this, or you can leave. This is property, and inside the property there will be name, you can and value, and this is something like this. Save it, X, and now there is a this is we configure the core site, which means we told Hadoop where it need to deal with file system, and then there is another file. This is HDFS. This is Hadoop distributed file system, and we are going to use the same thing. No. We are going to use. We are going to tell Hadoop how many replications it need to make, and the DFS permissions, something like this. I think we don't need this permissions. We just have to take care of this part of. Now we are just going to mention one because it is a single node cluster, and there is no possibility of making more than one replication. So this means like whenever we are dealing with data sets, and Hadoop tried to divide that data and distribute across the network, and we are telling how many replications, how many replicas of that data set need to be done. So if there is one computer, it is going to be 1. If there are 2 computers, it is going to be 2, something like that. Now copy this here till here, and then go back. What is that file? It is going to be HDFS, I guess. Should be HDFS. Yeah, HDFS site.xml. Now sudo nano HDFS site.xml, and now come here, right click, paste. Now I just make a bit of that is not required. Okay, let me save and exit the file. Now there is another file, configuration file, which is going to be MapReduce. Suppose if you want to work with MapReduce, then you need to configure your MapReduce file, and the configuration property name value is going to be like this. MapReduce framework name is Yarn. From 2 onwards, MapReduce is in Hadoop 1. MapReduce was the only device which need to take care of entire responsibilities of Hadoop distribution, Hadoop cluster. But from 2 onwards, the resource management activity is separated from the MapReduce. MapReduce remained as a programming paradigm, for programming. Yarn was created in order to take care of the cluster level management. It means Yarn is a supervisor kind of thing. Now copy here. So we are going to tell the Hadoop that use Yarn as a MapReduce framework name, and now that is going to be MapReduce sudo, and then delete this MapRed site.xml. Now come here, right click, paste, and then save, Control O, enter, Control X. Now there is another file called yarnsite.xml. Suppose anyway, we having mentioned that the Yarn is going to be the MapReduce framework, and then we need to configure Yarn for MapReduce. Now copy, see here, Yarn node manager org services, that is going to be MapReduce shuffle, which means Yarn is going to depend on MapReduce, something like that. And then yarn node manager org services MapReduce shuffle. The shuffle class is going to be org Apache. This is the file inside the Hadoop directory. There is a class called there's a method called shuffle handler, and Hadoop is going to use that method from this folder. Okay, till here property you can just copy. That is going to be yarn, and we are going to use yarn also for our. Now press enter, site specific and conversation. Now delete this. Okay, right click, paste. Yes, so everything is okay, set well. Property name value property name value property something. Every tag which is open should be closed, and that is how XML works. By the way, Hadoop uses XML file formats in order to. Okay, done. I guess no. We have one more file, Hadoop env. This is an environmental file. This is going to be somewhere in. Okay, I think we did this. Yeah, we've done this. We updated Hadoop. Now cd bin Hadoop name, and yeah, the last one is going. By the way, we need to do one important activity, and before going to configure these files, we also have to create a directory, and that directory is Hadoop temporary directory, which is going to take care of which will take care of both. Is it explained here? No, I think it is not explained. Tar xvf jdk something like this. This deals with only. I think that is not necessary, it seems. Okay, in this notes it is not there. Okay, fine. Till here it is fine. Now go home and exit. Now since we configured Hadoop, let us restart our machine so that our machine understands Hadoop properly. I'm going to close my cast here and I'll pass and again continue. Okay, let us open the terminal. So I think I skipped one step, and anyway, that is not important again. But we have to tell the Hadoop where is the name node, a dedicated folder for name node as well as data node. But okay, let me do this. If I fail, then I'll come back and do everything. Now let's. Yeah, Hadoop is working. Hadoop version. No, how do I know that there is a command called version? Now after you press Hadoop, you see you can use Hadoop. These are the different alternative statements that we can use along with this command Hadoop. So if you use version, this is going to tell you the version. I'm just showing you that Hadoop is working inside. There is one very important command, that is check native is correct. Let's use this command. I'll tell you what is this command. Hadoop, let's see, come on. Yes, you see, Hadoop true. zlib. Do you remember what is this zlib? This is one of the important prerequisites which we installed well before we set up Hadoop in this machine. And snappy, and lib kind of bzip to OpenSSL. False, cannot load. Oh my god, I think this failed. We didn't install OpenSSL appropriately. But anyway, that doesn't matter. We'll come back later after some time, and we can also do that. So this is actually check native. Check native will let you know if Hadoop has all the prerequisite set up appropriately or not. So we failed to do this OpenSSL, but anyway, we'll come back and do that later. And there is also another thing called ISAL something. I don't know what it is. But now another thing is Hadoop class path. Now let's see what is. Yeah, this is what is the class path, and this is very, very important when we start working with MapReduce. I'll come back to this later after some time. So this way you can make use of these commands, all the commands. along with Hadoop. And jar is command to run the jar files together with run Hadoop kind of thing. Okay, now we did not soon after we set up Hadoop in the Linux machine, we need to format the name node, and if we format the name node, then the full installation of Hadoop is finished, something like that. Hadoop name node, is there name node? Name node, oh, name node is not there. Okay, format, let's see, no. I think that there's logs aborting Hadoop name node instead. HEF attempting to execute replacement deprecated. Yeah, we are not able to do this because we did not do one very important activity, that is that which I said cannot create a directory user header blocks, permission denied. That is okay. Let's make I don't know, sudo, is it possible? Ubuntu, yeah, directory command not found. Okay, now let me take you to the browser and show you that particular command, the step. We missed one step in between. Single node Hadoop installation. There is one very particular, I think the same in this here it was not shown. That step is not there in this notes. But anyway, let's go back to the last one and say Hadoop version. Yeah, this is only till here. Coursesite.xml. This don't deal with Hadoop env, Hadoop env sh, cd Hadoop. Yeah, Hadoop name node. No, we don't need to go there. Directory format the name. Go to Hadoop home directory and format the name node cd. We don't need to go there. We can do that right from. We don't need to go here. SBN and all. Start demands. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the directory. cd user Hadoop, and where should we go? Here bin. Now Hadoop name node, is it possible? I think that command is not there. Format, yeah, it does not exist. Why? Does not exist. Creating, so we have to do that activity. Let me, not Apache, Signal cluster, yeah, Guru 99. Let's see here, should be there here, I guess. So that step is add group. Yeah, this group and all we don't need to add. That is extra activity. Authorized case localhost server, establish server. Now go to Hadoop temporary. We should do something called Hadoop temporary. This one is very important. dfs.datanode. We need to have the name node as well as data node. We are going to create a particular directory, and we need to mention the path of the directory in where this is actually the configuration for. We need to mention that in hdfs site.xml. This is the file where open hdfs, get it, and then we have to tell where is the data node and name node kind of thing. dfs. First let us create cd. I'll go to the parent directory, which means the home directory. I think it's better to go one step back. Yeah, ls. Now here we have the home directory of Hadoop. Now what I do, I create sudo make directory Hadoop underscore temporary directory, and then ls. Yes, I have temporary. Now in this I'm going to create sudo make directory Hadoop temporary, then name node, a folder for name node. Yes, cd Hadoop cd Hadoop temporary. Yeah, we got name node sudo mkdir data node, something like this. Now we have two different directories. Now what we need to do, go back to the configuration files, cd Hadoop, and then inside here cd etc Hadoop ls. You got dfs hdfs site.xml. open that, sudo nano hdfs site.xml. come here, copy this name and property, copy this, okay, and then go back to here, under this property, exactly come down here, click paste, and then again right click paste. We have two things. Now this is going to be name node, name node data directory is going to be not home. This is going to be user Hadoop dash temporary temp underscore / and then name node. Yes, now come here, this is going to be data node directory. Now this is going to be the same, user Hadoop temporary and then data node. Okay, control O, control X. I don't think we are going to exit, and then again open the terminal. We have Hadoop, then name node. If it, yeah, it's not working. Format, yeah, it's not going on. Does not exist. Creating logs does not. User Hadoop logs does not exist. I think we have to. Shall we go to? Okay. Let us go to bash RC. Where is bash RC? Configuration. I think we have to mention this folder in bash RC. And we also have to mention the logs. Come on, boss. Where is bash RC? Bash RC. Hadoop home installation of the Java home exposure path bin. That's all. Are we not going to? Okay, let's guys, let us do a small activity. I think we don't have sufficient privileges on let us do this sudo change not change mod, change mod 777 dash or then user Hadoop. Let's do this. Yeah, okay. Local Hadoop and also Hadoop temporary. Let's do this. Okay, now Hadoop I'm not format creating. Yes, I think now it is going ahead. Yes, success. We have no sufficient. You should be able to get. I'm expecting a particular response here. Do you find anywhere a word success? Yeah. DFS name something, has been successfully formatted. This is all about Hadoop installation. This is only single node installation. This is sufficient for this video. In my subsequent video, I'm going to show you how to deal with multi-node cluster, which means I'm going to create two nodes, a replica of this, and I call it as a slave, and this is going to be master, and we are going to work with two node cluster. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Press like button, stay tuned for new content. Thank you very much.